All right.
The perks of being an athlete.
All right. You guys get to go whenever.
Okay, great.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Long Island Matchmaker Show. I'm Lauren Defranco here with Maureen Tara Nelson, Long Island's only executive level certified matchmaker in the business, 20 years and counting.
Hello, everyone.
Looking very lovely today, Maureen.
Oh, you like the dye job that I did myself? That
I think it looks beautiful.
I made a huge mistake.
I think it's not a mistake. It looks like, what do they call it, ombre?
Ombre.
People pay a lot of money for that.
Yes, well, I wasn't going for the ombre look. And real quickly, let me just tell you what I did.
Okay.
So I always do my own hair color, even though the girls, my glam squad, as I call it, they'll do my makeup, they'll do my hair, blowouts, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. But when it comes to dyeing my hair, I don't have 2 hours to just sit there.
Right.
And it's too hard to work, blah, blah,
It's
blah.
a pain in the butt.
So I do it myself. And I have my whole system of what I use. I use the blonde. I use the Nutress for that, and it's wonderful. And then they have 10-minute touch-up dye. I forget who makes it, but I use a brown color, and I just put about 6 strips throughout my hair for only 10 minutes. And then I have highlights that I've done myself. And I've been doing this for years and years, and people come up to me saying, "Who does your color? I love the highlights." And it's really funny because what a stupid thing I do, but it's so easy.
So how did it go wrong?
Okay, so how it went wrong is I didn't realize that the 2 boxes I grabbed were the darker color that should have been on just for the 10 minutes. I thought they were the lighter that should have stayed on for 45 minutes.
Okay.
So I put it all over just the top part of my head, not doing anything on the bottom because I was just doing the roots. So 45 minutes, I'm walking past the mirror, and I see, you know how it looks darker when it's wet?
It looks a lot darker.
Yes, black. So I see my top of my head all black with my blonde on the bottom.
No, it's not. People can't see this, but her hair actually looks very pretty. It's just a little darker in front.
So now I have the whole top is dark and the bottom is blonde. So I have ombre.
Balayage.
But
we can think of very expensive names for her. A very inexpensive
which
color.
cost me about $7.99 for the usual box, and then the touch-up ones are only about $5.
So you saved about $200 for that balayage.
And 2 hours of time, because as I was doing it, I was working.
Of course,
from
because you
home.
are always working.
Yes,
that's why we love you, because
I love it. I'm so blessed. I love it. So much fun.
So I want to start out by saying that this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as most people know, and it's a month that is on a cause that's near and dear to both of our hearts. My cousin died of breast cancer at a young age with 3 children. And Maureen is a breast cancer survivor.
Yes, for 8 years. And ever since then, the first year, I kept saying to the surgeon, okay, I need another surgery. You promised to make them look perfect. And so I had a total of 3 surgeries, which took a full year, but I'm so happy I did that. And now I am a breast cancer advocate. I love helping women that have gone through breast cancer. I have a charity, which I'm sure you'll mention. But for someone that is going through breast cancer, the biggest misconception that I noticed when I went through it is the whole focus should just be on getting rid of cancer. Obviously. But there is a superficial aspect to it. Yes.
Or a cosmetic, I should say.
Cosmetic, which for me, and people cope with things very differently. I had 2 young boys, so I knew obviously my main focus was getting rid of the cancer. But how I was able to be happy and peppy for my sons, and I promised myself anytime I saw my boys, I would always have a smile on my face when they saw me, no matter when I had the drains, dying in pain, no matter what. They walked in the room, they saw a smile. But I knew that I just wanted to look better after having breast cancer.
And I do believe a lot of women do feel that way, and they look forward to having reconstructive surgery that, improves the quality of your life as well.
Yes, but do not let, and this is why I'm also a breast cancer advocate, because you can't listen to what anyone else says. You have to go with what your heart tells you.
Absolutely.
When I heard the news, my gynecologist, I'll never forget on the phone, he was the one that told me, because he got the results first. And we were very close at the time, and he said, I just have such bad news. I don't know how to tell you, Maureen, and really dragging it on. I had to finally stop him and say, okay, so it came back, I have breast cancer, right? And he said, yes. So from that moment on, I decided my plan of action, like I said, with my boys. And then I said, I want to look better. I'm going to get something great out of getting breast cancer.
And you did. I mean, Maureen was just showing us the beautiful work.
I show everyone. If anyone wants to see what a double mastectomy using the stomach flam surgery looks like after having 3 surgeries to make them perfect, I will show you proudly, because I knew I had to look better. My family was against it. Oh, just do the minimal. That's a 10-hour surgery. It's dangerous. It's this, it's that. You're being conceited. You're being this and that. And it made it a lot harder. So my advice to anyone is do what's in your heart, because you know how you're going to be able to get through this with a smile on your face.
Correct.
So I went to 4 plastic surgeons, and I said, of course, I know I need to beat breast cancer. I will pray every night. My mother in heaven is very powerful. I have no doubt my mother is going to have me beat breast cancer. But I want your job to be to give me perfect size Ds. Those 4 plastic surgeons, I'll never say who they are, but they basically kicked me out of the office. And one of them, worse than the other, in what they said back. But one of them literally said, you have breast cancer. You're not going to look better than you did before. That really got me angry.
Wow,
And I was very blessed to find Dr. Peter Korn, with a K, in Great Neck, and he said, I can do it. It's called the stomach flam surgery, and they take it from the stomach area because that is the same tissue as the breast area. And so when you lose weight, you lose it now in your boobs, which is interesting.
Which is true.
And there's no implants. Now, there are certain factors that do make it scary for people. It is, number one, a 10-hour surgery. So obviously there's risks. It's a longer recuperation time.
Right, because you have to recover in the tummy area as well.
And, but he said he could do it. I trusted him. He did a fantastic job. It took me 3 surgeries, and I would say about a full year. But as you could see, perfect size Ds.
Perfect. And we love Dr. Korn, right, Maureen?
Love him. I recommend him all the time. I'm now a breast cancer advocate, and I have a breast cancer charity that I do every year for someone that is a survivor looking for love.
So let's talk about that, because last year we did a story with Channel 7 about how women who have survived breast cancer get back into the dating world, and how it can be sort of a bittersweet pill, because you have to get out there. You have to be in it to win it. But it's really hard if your self-esteem is low and you haven't been in the game for a long time. And Maureen is a really great dating coach as well. And she really helps breast cancer survivors find someone out there that they can match up with.
So my team and I do dating coaching all the time for our clients. I love dating coaching, but what I love most of all is doing dating coaching for women that have gone through breast cancer, because believe it or not, if right now you have had breast cancer and you want to re-enter the dating world, you might be thinking, oh my God, I don't feel good about myself. The men are going to notice. They might not find me attractive. That is incorrect. I can work with you and prove to you that you are going to be a star, regardless of whatever method you have used for reconstruction.
Positive energy.
Yep.
Right?
100%.
So we will get back to that a little bit, but I want to talk about your charity because it begins the first day of October.
Yep.
And it's all about giving back to a survivor. Can you tell us how it works?
Sure. So I started about 4 years ago, and a friend of mine, Christine Carlton, who is wonderful in marketing, she was there for me during probably, a very difficult time when I knew I had to do a charity now and I had to help others going through what I went through. So what we do is, number one, on a side note, every day on my Instagram and all of our social media is under MTN Matchmaking. I do a daily motivational post on how to win the fight against breast cancer. So Christine helped me, and she even developed this name, so she deserves the credit for this charity, which is Finding Love at MTN Matchmaking After Kissing Cancer Goodbye. So starting on October 1st, and for everyone listening today on this beautiful Sunday, send us an email about your story of your journey as a breast cancer survivor.
And where do they send the email to?
They email it to Maureen at mtnmatchmaking.com. So tell us about your journey and why you're ready to find love now. And what we do every year is on November 1st, we pick a winner of the most impactful story.
I'm going to interrupt you just for a second, but I want to know what story has impacted you that you remember that you said, I have to find this person a mate.
So her name is Linda, and love her to death. We have a special bond to this day. I don't want to give any more private information about her, but I'm sure she's fine with it. She was our winner for the first. And her story, it was just so impactful that when I read it to my entire team, and we had a stack of letters from people that we received. But with hers, we were crying and laughing at the same time. And I just knew at that instant, I said, she has to be our winner. And everyone agreed with me. And I don't want to share it really for her privacy.
Because people might be able to identify her through the story.
Because I am still so close with her because of this special bond. So she might not want it shared, but it was such a beautiful story. So she won. And with this contest, if any of my colleagues want to donate their time or their services to the person winning our top elite program, complimentary of course, then every day as we get in the information, we're going to be posting every few days on all of the wonderful colleagues of mine out there that say, I want to help for this winner. And
so what exactly does the winner get? A multitude of things? I mean, you do get a chance to find love.
Yeah, so they get my top program, and then I'm going to use Linda's case. So we had the best motivational speaker, Gary Parks, giving her a fabulous half-hour session on motivation, and he is famous for his motivational...
Basically a pep talk,
Yes,
right?
Well... That
Even
times
more.
1,000.
Okay.
And then a colleague of mine, Daniel Marone, a styling expert, he took her out shopping. And then he took her to a store which donated the money for the outfit for her to wear at this event. I paid and I pay for the event.
So it's almost like being a princess for a day. You get a ball, you get a motivational speaker, you feel like you're
a queen.
A queen for the day.
My friend Allison owns a limo company, so she volunteered and donated the limo to pick up Linda and her family over to the restaurant. And we had a dentist donate teeth whitening. We had a hair salon donate doing her hair and her makeup. So we had a jewelry company donating a beautiful necklace for her. So if we can do all of these things, anything will be greatly appreciated to the winner and also to myself. And every 3 days, we're going to be updating all of the people that are so generous to donate for this charity.
On MTN Matchmaking.
Yes. And again, I pay for the restaurant. No one gets charged a fee for the reception.
Mm-hmm. So it's not a bait and switch.
Yes,
it's all
absolutely not.
Gifted.
Nope.
And,
I pay for it.
If you're listening, you should definitely email Maureen, MTN Matchmaking, and tell her your story.
Yes.
And be candid, be frank.
Yes.
You can cry, you can laugh.
Yes, because we will.
Yes, and tell her your story of survivorship.
Check out our social media every day on the Instagram, because I've been very blessed over the years to have people tell me that reading every single day, it just makes them feel so much better about themselves. And that's the point. That's the reason why I do it, because we're all in this together. And I am always here to help people that are going through breast cancer, whether you're a client of mine or not. If you're single and if you need help re-entering the dating world, then I want you to email me at Maureen@mtnmatchmaking.com, and I will help you with getting back into the dating world without being a client.
And if you own a business and you want to donate, it's obviously a very positive way to pay it forward to someone who really desperately needs that boost to get back into the dating world. It's such a hard thing if you think about it. It's such a tough time. And many, many women, especially here on Long Island, we had the group 1 in 9.
Yes. In fact, I grew up in Levittown, and in my age range, so the year I graduated high school, and if I count 1 year older, there are 7 of us that I'm friends with. So obviously there's so many more that have had breast cancer, but just think about how crazy that is, that myself and 7 of my friends have all had breast cancer.
Crazy.
From growing up in Levittown.
Well, as a news reporter, we covered it so often because there were so many cases of breast cancer on Long Island. It was one of the highest in the nation, I think. Or the highest. Yes. I don't know what it is right now, but yes. Yeah. So anyway, what do you tell a woman who does come to you and says, Maureen, I'm getting back into the dating world, but I don't feel so great about myself. And will there be a guy out there who will like me for who I am and not focus on the breast cancer issue? Yes,
absolutely. And what I usually start off by saying is, depending upon a person's age, and I had this 8 years ago, okay? So say you're 40 and up. The person that you're going to be dating, so that man, say, is 40s and up.
At least, yeah.
I can guarantee you he has a scar someplace.
Right.
He's had some sort of medical issue in his life. So women, we tend to think, oh my God, it's only me. He's going to see this scar. Guess what? With the lights off, he's not going to see a scar. And when he loves you, if he sees a scar, he's going to not give a blank about a scar because he loves you. And it happens all the time. Once you love someone, you love them from within. And again, just think about it, ladies. If you're in love with a man and he has had heart surgery, very common, men at 40s and up, right?
Right.
So many men.
Among other things.
Yes. But again, have you ever seen the scars after having heart surgery?
They're pretty bad.
When you love a man, You don't care about those scores.
No, that makes them sexier.
Yes. It's the same. Men feel the same way.
Well, I was laughing a little bit because I always think about my friend who had breast cancer, and she always says, nobody's kicking me out of bed. So it's true. You know, if you love someone, you look past a lot of the aesthetics. And
absolutely. And men do not even notice it. I always recommend the first few times that you're with someone, don't even mention it. And then when you feel comfortable enough to mention it to the person, I could guarantee you that man, because it happened to me, is going to say, what? I didn't notice anything.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. So
and
never.
That's a big moment, right?
Yes, it's a huge moment, but never, ever let yourself get down by a scar. Be proud. You are a survivor. You are stronger. And ladies, we can do anything, and we can do anything together. And we will be doing this together because I love helping other women that are going through or have gone through breast cancer. It's another passion of mine. I only speak about it in October, but I speak about it every single day in October. So I'm here for you, and we are all sisters, as we say.
The sisterhood.
Yes.
So let's talk about Maureen was in the Long Island business news this week.
Yes, today I woke up today.
The headline reads, Matchmaker evolving with the times meets the new dating landscape. So tell us about that.
Oh, I was so happy to wake up and have a few messages from my family and friends and colleagues, and I thought, oh no, what did I do?
What did I do now?
What did I say that somehow made it to the media that I might be embarrassed about?
Which happens on occasion.
Yeah, it does, and it has. But this was something that I, you never know when a newspaper or a magazine calls you and interviews you for something. Like last night, I work till midnight every night with my brother Brian via FaceTime. He's in Texas from 9 p.m. to midnight. I had to take a break from that, and I was interviewed last night while I was with my brother Brian by the New York Post. So I don't know if that's going to make it. You never really know if that's going to make it or not.
So what did the Post interview you about?
That is about re-entering, going back into work and into the office, because now we're transitioned back to working into the office.
Right.
And also how I help people re-entering the dating world also since the pandemic.
Because a lot of people were virtual. They were afraid to go out. They were afraid to actually hug someone, kiss someone, all the things that you do when you're dating. So now Maureen has to go back and re-enter them into society and be able to hug and kiss and cuddle and do all those good things, right?
Yes. So I spoke to the New York Post last night about that. And so with this newspaper, Long Island Business News, I think it might have been 3 weeks ago even that they called me and just asked me about being a matchmaker for 20 years. And it was such a nice surprise to wake up this morning and to hear, there is a full page, which again, I didn't know was going to be a full page.
And it's a beautiful picture of you. It's from the party that we had in the Hamptons, your party in the Hamptons, which was a beautiful party.
Which was celebrating my 20 years of matchmaking also.
So it's all coming together.
Yes. I'm very blessed by God. Yes.
But so how do you evolve with the times and meet the new dating landscape?
Well, it is a new dating world out there, and virtual interviews are still popular with many people. There are people that are just so busy.
It saves time and money.
Yes. Now, for me on my end, it takes me longer, though, to interview someone virtually, just because it's not the same as sitting across from them. But just like with the New York Post last night, now I am back in the Melville office. So it really is whatever a client prefers or someone coming in for the information.
Right.
If you prefer in person, I've been in my Melville office for 17 years. Or if it is easier for you to be home or in your home office, I can still do the virtual interviews. So that is one of the differences. But also with dating. Dating was finally getting back to, I guess, normal. And then we had the Delta variant. And all of my clients again started panicking. What do we do?
But I would imagine with the vaccine, people are more comfortable with going out for at least a cup of coffee on the first date or at least having a drink.
And that's exactly what I explained to them. That, if, God forbid, it ever gets that bad, which it's not and it didn't. I said, we all got through it before. We did virtual dates. We showed you how to make them romantic. Everybody loved it. It was fun. It was exciting. But now, again, thank God it was just a little blip for maybe 2 weeks.
A moment of panic.
A moment. That's exactly what it was. It was 2 weeks of panic of, I don't feel comfortable going out wearing a mask, or I don't feel comfortable kissing someone. But we got through it, and now things are, almost back to normal. But I don't even like to use the word normal because dating is so fun and exciting. And with the dating coaching that we love to do, we help everyone make dating fun. So don't let anything get in your way of when you want to find love. Do it.
Especially not fear. You should only fear one thing, and that's internet dating.
Exactly. I was going to say death. That's what I thought you were going
territory. You do not want to be on the internet now.
Internet is frightening. People tell me their horror stories every day, but, we do a felony check. I'm interviewing people, and I do not accept everyone. So everyone has to be positive, emotionally stable so they know what they want, financially stable so there's no gold diggers, and everyone is looking for a committed relationship.
That's why you go to a professional.
Yes.
A professional matchmaker who does all the vetting out for you. You don't want to be stuck talking to someone you don't really have anything in common with, correct?
Yes, and you're going to see the photo of the person because you have to be compatible and you have to have chemistry. So obviously, I really can't do chemistry, but you're going to see a photo to give you an idea. And then if you follow our guidelines, which are so simple, try to go out 3 times because sometimes it takes 3 dates to see if you do have the chemistry.
Because people can be awkward on a first date.
Yeah,
you really
they're nervous.
don't know what you're getting on a first date. And people say stupid things.
Yes, out of nervousness, they say stupid things.
But I wanted to just tell people, how do they get into contact with you if they are looking for love, looking for a soulmate? Who do they call? Who do they contact?
Well, I like when everyone goes to our website because if someone, say, God forbid, cannot afford to go to a matchmaking service, you can always get free advice and free dating tips from my website, mtnmatchmaking.com. You could watch the YouTube videos and the blogs, and you could see all of our social media. And it's a way that you can be the best dater possible for free. So, but of course, if you do want me and my team to do the work for you, we're doing the screening process, but we also make sure you will be compatible from day one, and that is huge. Because on your own, it takes about 6 months before you know that person.
This expedites the whole process. Yep. But you can actually pick up the phone and talk to Maureen.
Yes, you can call 1-888-31-MATCH or 516-444-2861.
And you get the boss. You get the boss lady.
I try to pick up the phone personally. As long as I'm not in an interview, I make sure that I am the one picking up the phone because I like to make people feel comfortable from the moment that they call us.
And if you're looking for love, Maureen is the person. She is.
Thanks.
But congratulations on your article and all your success and your 20 years.
Yes, so exciting.
Remember,
Thank you.
This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Maureen does the charity. What's the name of your charity event?
Finding Love After Kissing Cancer Goodbye.
So remember to email her your story of survivorship.
Yep.
and you will be included in this charity event. You will be considered, right, Maureen?
Yes, and we're picking the winner on November 1st. So looking forward to talking with everyone next week, and thanks for listening. We love you, KJOY, as well.
Oh, yeah. And I'm Lauren Defranco.
Maureen Tara Nelson. Have a great week.
Have a great day.
Bye.